Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. So we are going to be unstuffing our wallet for the very last week of October. So today is October 31st, the very end of the night. So happy Hallows Eve. And we are going to start our unstuffing by taking, let's see here. Let's just take all the money out first and then we can figure out our rollover and how much we need for a rollover. So out of work lunch, my husband spent $17. So we'll put back 20. We'll keep the 5 in the rollover, and then we'll need to steal 3 from somewhere later on. And then in date, we actually were a little bit over, only 59 cents though. So we will take that 200. Then in gas, I believe we have 50 in here, but we only ended up spending 33. So I will take the 40 and put the 10 in the rollover. Then in rideshare, we did end up spending basically the whole 30. We spent actually a little bit more, but I just included that overage in the date night because it was for our date. So I just did it that way to make my life easier. And then in grocery, we spent, let's see, $70.37. So I'm just going to round that down and do 70, and I will put 10 in the rollover. I don't know if we're going to have any ones here to get our 3 ones or not. Let's see. So household, I actually spent cash because my mom went and picked up paint for the house for me. While she was working on the house, she just ran by and grabbed it. So I paid her in cash. So the other thing that that I need to pull out of here is this $15, which I only spent $9.78. So I'm going to take 10 and put the 5 back, and that was for my planner extensions, which I actually have with me, so I will show you what I am talking about. So this here is the budget extension. So they call it a calendar extension. It's from the Happy Planner, and it has that mushroom punch, so you just can punch it right back in here. And then it has the dashboard pages that have the calendar on them, a few budgeting stickers, and then the expense trackers and pocket folder. I think 2 pocket folders in it. So that is what that looks like, and I find them really useful. So, and they were on sale, so typically I've spent as much as like $12 or $13 for those before, but they were only $9.78 today. And I get them at Office Depot. So this 10 is going to go in there because that's from our cap cut. But the other thing that happened this week was that I called the county clerk's office because I think I mentioned in the last video that they never sent me my registration letter. So I called them to see what I had to do to like bring to the DMV to get my car registered. And they told me that they looked it up from the VIN number on the car, and they told me that it was never filed, that they didn't have any paperwork filed by the dealership. So they recommended that I call the dealer that I bought my car from, so that's what I did. And I spoke to the financing people there, and they let me know that they've been having a lot of issues with it taking a long time, longer than it should, for like them to transfer or for basically for it to go through. So they ended up offering to extend my temp tag. So I went in and they printed me out a new temp tag. So I actually have till December 29th. And they also gave me another temporary registration paper. And it's good until December 29th. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put this back into the car binder where our registration folder is. envelope, sorry. And I'm going to, one of my next videos that I'm filming is going to be putting placeholders and putting money into Ally. So this is going to go back into Ally, and then I will put the placeholders here until I register my car sometime in December. So yeah, so I'd rather have that in the Ally account and make interest off of it than just have it sitting in my wallet forever while I can't register my vehicle. So, okay. The other reason that I need the car binder is because if you see down here, we have blue. So blue is sinking funds. So we spent let's see, how much was it? $565 on tolls for my husband's work. So I'm going to take that, and then that will take away one of our dollars from the rollover. So we'll just do that way. So we still need $2 more, hopefully, for the rollover, which I think we're going to get from our family funds. So that's the other one. Hopefully I have dollars in there. I guess we're going to find out. I think I do. So family is in this one here, our excess binder. And let's see what we have back here. So we went to lunch with my mom and we purchased, there's a new restaurant that just opened near my mom's house. So we all went there, and me and my husband bought the drinks and then paid for our meal, and then they paid for their meal. So it was $47.73. So we have 25.30. I'm sorry, my dryer just went off. That totally distracted me. 25, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, and 40. Oh no. So I think what I'm going to do is put back 105 into here. And then I'm going to take back, so 100 minus 48 would be 52. So 2040. Well, no, 100. Let's take back the 5 and then 2 ones, so 57. 2040, I need a 10. 57 back. I hope my math is right. I don't know. But I think that's right. So now in family fun, we have 20, 40, 60, 70, 5, 85, 91, and 2. Okay. Yeah, I think that's right, because I remember kind of doing the math on that earlier yesterday when I was kind of looking through my envelopes trying to figure out what we had left for the end of the month. So, okay, we're gonna get this out of the way, and then we are going to return our $2 into the rollover that we owe it, 1 and 2. And then I will just transfer this 100 out of Ally into my regular bank account. And let's see, what do we have in rollover now? In rollover, we have 5, 10, 15, 25, 30, 31, and $32 going into our rollover, which I thought we were actually supposed to have 40, but let me just count what we have here, and that will give me a better idea. So we have 100 in the bank, 200, 300, 20, 40, 60, 400, 20, 30, 40, 51, $451. Is that correct? Yes, because minus 150. I mean, it's fine. Usually if I have extra in my bank account, then it just kind of gets pulled out with the next cash stuffing, so really don't worry about it too much. But we are going to take our $42 and we're going to grab our dream home binder to put it in the rollover. So we're back with the dream home binder. I'm just going to move this to the side and scooch it. And we can go into the back here. The very last folder is a rollover. And let's add in our $42. So now in rollover, which we're going to be able to divide this in between all of these categories, which I actually printed out a randomizer off of Ko-Fi. I will have to double check who it was because I don't want to misspeak whose Ko-Fi it was, but you will see that in the video where we get to randomize these in between these envelopes. So we have 100, 200, 50, 70, 90, 300, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 26, 27, and 28. $328 is going to be randomized, and that video will probably be out next week because I have quite a few other videos that I still need to film over the next couple days over the weekend. So this is my monthly budget overview. These are stickers from All Things Planned off of Etsy, and so here I keep track of all of our income in one spot. We did not end up selling our car, but as I mentioned in my last video, we may be selling it to my sister. Well, I think this one's actually going to go up first, but basically I talk about that in my cash stuffing video. So we made a total of $6,912.76, which was actually a positive $632.76. 500 of which was my dad's. That was given to me to pay for a shed that he's buying from my mom on the property that we're going to be sharing. So really it was just $132.76, but that's still good. That's a good amount. And then so for work lunch, we were over. That was the only category for the month that we were actually over, and only $2.78 other than our bills. So I totally forgot about some of my subscriptions. So there was a Google subscription that came out for like photo storage that is an annual subscription. That I totally forgot about, and then I did not add my CapCut until the last minute either, so that was not reflected in this total. So we were $23.25 over in our fixed expenses, but for our total in our variable expenses, we were actually under. So we spent $1,584, but I had calculated or estimated, I guess, 2,030. And then, so for both our total and variable and fixed expenses, total was $3,273.09. Our total with the expenses, so expenses is so the total that we spent on either variable expenses that aren't the rotating categories, and also our saving funds, which this includes that $2,256 that I spent at Lowe's that is charged on the Lowe's credit card. That amount includes that. We spent $4,156.95. So the total spent for the whole month of October was $7,430.07, which is actually $2,803.96 less than what I estimated we would spend. So without our Lowe's card, so without that $2,256. We actually spent $5,173.75 on everything but basically home. So that doesn't include most of our renovations for our house. So we would have actually been up between our paycheck versus expenses without the Lowe's charge. We would have been up $1,739.01 for the month of October. So even though we did spend quite a lot, $5,000 in expenses with bills and everything is still quite a lot, and we could have definitely done better in some areas like date night, ride share. We kind of spent quite a bit on those this month, but overall I'm happy that we were still saving, and we've saved quite a bit this month as far as putting money into my car's registration and also our dream home binder, which we just started I think the end of last month, and we already have quite a bit of money in there. So that's all I wanted to say today, and I thank you for watching the video. I hope you all had a wonderful October and a great Halloween, and stay lucky. Bye bye.